The phone buzzed on the nightstand, its glow slicing through the dark like a blade. I reached for it, heart thudding, expecting a work email or a late-night meme from a friend. Instead, an anonymous message stared back at me. "Show me." 2 words, sharp and cryptic, that twisted my gut with unease. I glanced at Sarah, my wife of 7 years, sleeping soundly beside me, her breath soft and even. The memory of her laughter earlier that evening, cruel and careless, echoed in my mind. "He's bad in bed," she'd said to her friend on the phone, her voice dripping with amusement, unaware I was in the next room. I'd frozen then, the words cutting deeper than I could admit. Now this message. My world tilted, and I knew nothing would ever be the same. The next morning, I sat at the kitchen table, coffee growing cold in my mug. Sarah hummed as she sliced apples for her smoothie, her auburn hair catching the sunlight streaming through the window. She looked like the woman I'd fallen for, bright, warm, effortlessly beautiful. But the sting of her words clung to me like damp fog. I wanted to confront her, to demand why she'd said it, who she'd meant it for. But my tongue felt heavy, trapped by the fear of what her answer might reveal. Instead, I asked, "Who were you talking to last night?" She didn't pause, didn't flinch. "Just Lisa," she said, tossing apple chunks into the blender. "Girl talk, you know." Her smile was easy, but it didn't reach her eyes. I nodded, forcing a grin, while my mind churned. Lisa, her best friend since college, always quick with a laugh and a glass of wine. But something about Sarah's tone felt off, like a song played in the wrong key. The anonymous message haunted me all day. At work, I stared at spreadsheets, numbers blurring as I replayed those 2 words. "Show me." Who sent it? Was it a taunt, a dare, or something worse? I checked my phone obsessively, half expecting another message, but none came. By evening, I couldn't stand it anymore. I opened Sarah's laptop when she stepped out for her yoga class, guilt gnawing at me as I typed her password, our wedding date. Her email was clean, her social media mundane. Then I found a hidden folder labeled work stuff. My hands shook as I clicked it open. Inside were screenshots of texts. Dozens of them, between Sarah and a number I didn't recognize. The words hit like punches. "Miss you already. Can't stop thinking about last night. He doesn't deserve you." My chest tightened, air refusing to come. The timestamps stretched back months. Some from nights she claimed to be at book club or working late. I scrolled, each message a fresh wound, until I found one from a week ago. "He's so clueless, it's almost sad." Her words. About me. My vision blurred, not from the screen but from the tears I hadn't realized were falling. When Sarah came home, her yoga mat slung over her shoulder, I was waiting in the living room, the laptop open on the coffee table. Her smile faltered as she saw my face. "What's wrong, Tom?" she asked, her voice soft but guarded. "Who is he?" I said, the words rough, barely controlled. I gestured at the laptop, my hands trembling. "Who's been texting you? Who's making you laugh about me?" Her face paled, but she didn't deny it. She sank onto the couch, hands twisting in her lap. "It's not what you think," she started, but I cut her off. "Don't lie to me, Sarah. I saw the messages. Months of them. You called me clueless. You laughed about me." My voice cracked and I hated it. "Bad in bed, huh? That's what you tell your friends. Or is it just him?" Her eyes filled with tears, but I couldn't tell if they were for me or for herself. "It's complicated," she whispered. "It was a mistake, Tom. I didn't mean for it to happen." "Who is he?" I demanded again, louder this time. The room felt too small, the air too thick. She hesitated, then said, "His name's Mark. From work. It started as a friendship, but..." She trailed off, looking away. "It's over now. I swear." "Over?" I laughed, bitter and hollow. "You've been lying to me for months, Sarah. You mocked me to him. And now I get some anonymous text saying show me. What the hell does that mean? Is he taunting me now?" Her eyes widened. "What text?" she asked, and for the first time, she looked genuinely confused. "I don't know anything about a text." I didn't believe her. Or maybe I did, and that was worse, because it meant someone else knew. Someone was watching, playing games with my pain. I stood, pacing the room, my mind spiraling. "How could you do this?" I said more to myself than to her. I trusted you. I thought we were. I couldn't finish. The image of us, laughing over takeout, planning our future, whispering I love you in the dark, felt like a lie. I still love you, she said, her voice breaking. I messed up, Tom. I was lonely, and you were always working, and Mark was just there. But I ended it. I want us to fix this. Her words sounded sincere, but they couldn't reach the part of me that was crumbling. Lonely? I'd been lonely too, pouring myself into a job to build a life for us, while she'd found comfort in someone else's arms. I wanted to scream, to throw something, but all I could do was stare at her. This stranger wearing my wife's face. The next few days were a haze. I slept on the couch, her apologies echoing in my ears. I couldn't look at her without seeing those texts, without hearing her laugh about me. The anonymous message not at me, its sender still a ghost. Was it Mark gloating? Lisa stirring drama? Or someone else entirely? I checked my phone, the app history, even our security cameras, but found nothing. The uncertainty was its own kind of torture. One night, unable to sleep, I drove to the park near our house, the one where we'd had our first date. I sat on a bench, the cold seeping through my jacket, and let myself feel it all. The betrayal, the shame, the love that still lingered despite everything. I thought about leaving, starting over somewhere new, but the idea felt like giving up. I thought about forgiving her, rebuilding what we had, but that felt like betraying myself. My phone buzzed. Another anonymous message. You deserve better. I stared at it, my heart pounding. It wasn't cruel, not like the first, but it carried the same weight of someone knowing too much. I typed back, who are you? But the message bounced, undeliverable. I sat there until dawn, the words looping in my mind. When I got home, Sarah was awake, sitting at the kitchen table, her eyes red. I'll do anything to make this right, she said, her voice raw. Therapy, whatever you want. I love you, Tom. I looked at her, really looked, and saw the woman I'd vowed to love forever. But I also saw the cracks, the trust shattered like glass. I don't know if I can, I said, my voice barely above a whisper. Not yet. She nodded, tears spilling, and I walked past her, my heart heavy with the weight of a choice I wasn't ready to make. The anonymous messages, her betrayal, the life we'd built, they swirled together, a storm with no end. All I knew was that I couldn't stay in this limbo forever. I had to decide. Fight for us or walk away. But for now, I was just a man sitting in the wreckage of his own heart, waiting for the courage to move.